Yeah, I was just looking through my videos and realized they did a roster update May 2022, and it's almost May 2023, so I think it's time to do another one. So we'll call this the second annual Matt's roster updates. This is what I got as of today. First things first, I got myself a little 462 Pacific, and this is a Bachmann Spectrum. It was DCC ready. I put just a Digitrax decoder in. There's no sound, but the boys really like this one, so they play with it. It's you know, it's I picked it up for pretty cheap, so why not? And the kids like having a little steam engine, so 462 Pacific runs really smoothly, so I don't mind keeping it. Um, this one is another Rapido here. This is the 6-axle version of the GMD one. I got this for quite cheap. It's got Lock Sound 5 installed. I think it came DCC ready and the guy installed Lock Sound. No ditch lights on this guy. This one is actually out the door. I'm doing a trade for a whole bunch of stuff from Fast Tracks. So number 6 jig and the point forming tool and etc. Bunch of a bunch of rails and other tools that'll help me build switches and stuff. So he's a gonzo. I still have this one, of all things. This is a little Athearn ready to run. This one I think is going to be part of HOPA, the Hamilton Oshawa Port Authority, and I'll do another paint job. These ones I have trouble with because I'm not sure what to put in them as far as sound and decoders. Like, you got to get a pretty small decoder to fit in here. So anyway, once I figure out what I'm going to do with that, I'll use it. It runs nice and smoothly, so why not? I got that for 40 bucks. Keep that. These two. So these are Atlas Master GP38s. They came with Lock Sound 5. I've actually taken one of the decoders out of this thing and put it in my latest creation I'll show you later. So I got two of these. Very good detail. These are very smooth engines. I love my Atlas runs. So I got that one, and I got this one here. I bought these at auction in Winnipeg. I would just happen to be the highest bidder. I wasn't really going for these things, but nobody bid, so I think I ended up paying more in shipping and tax. So you got to watch out those auctions. They can run up the price, success fees and everything else. But anyway, still not bad. Not a bad purchase, those two. This guy right here, this is another Atlas one. MP15. I am doing it up, so I'll just take it apart really. This one I'm going to put ditch lights in, so I had to take everything apart. This is what I'm saying about the room and the space. When you take these things apart, the actual decoder was hanging down underneath here in this space. So, I mean, yeah, the speaker I'm going to keep. This board is just Atlas's factory board, and I don't think there's anywhere in there I can put ditch lights on that I can think of, other than matching them with the front headlights and the rear headlights. But if anybody knows anything about this, if I can squeeze front and rear ditch lights on here, let me know, please. So I'm just doing the details on this one. I think you guys following me on Facebook would have seen the front end of this guy. So I cut the front end right out, the little square there, and I filled it in with vertical louvers. And I'm doing a tarp, so that's just wrapped up cardboard. I also took this screen off and painted it black underneath to give it a bit of depth. And the CIT versions actually have a double stack, so I milled out the big guy, and I milled out some styrene and put it in there with some canopy glue. Just adds a bit of detail. Painted the louvers, painted all the latches, hatches, the catches, and I painted the little dude. That's the standard Atlas figure. You can take him from wearing his little bow tie to something in the mid 2000s, mid 2010s if you really want to. Cut his hat off and do some detail with that. Painted the control panel as well. Anyway, I don't know how much you're going to see inside that. And what else did I do? I darkened all the rubber gaskets around the windows. I tried to take the paint off the windows. That ain't gonna work, so I'll just repaint it blue. I'm not going to spend too much time doing that. And then I guess I'll do some AC. I'm not sure if I'm going to do full lighting on this guy, like beacons and stuff. We'll see. It's there's not much room in there, so maybe I will, maybe I won't. Seems a shame to put a lock sound decoder in there and not do all the lighting. So that's my latest project. Moving down the line. Okay, updates. The Valmas Junction GP15 got lock sound, as you guys may know. It runs beautifully now, and the beacon works front and rear as I want it to. I just did a little bit more weathering on it, on the diesel tank, and I did the wheels as well, so now they're rusty. Anyway, so this thing's, I think it's done now, but it looks pretty sweet. I like that one. Trackmobile. I've had this for a couple of years. I don't even know if I showed it on my last one. It's a Trackmobile. It makes a lot of noise. The boys want me to put some lights in it. I don't know if I can, but yeah, I don't know if I have the patience for dealing with DCC inside that thing. I still have not done anything with my Go Transit GP40. Maybe I should. I don't know. It needs a decoder, but this is the smoothest running engine I have. The motor in this thing is just mint. Another Atlas engine. I still have my Scale Trains ET. Oh, what is it? ES44? ET44, Tier 4 Gevo, whatever. Yeah, this thing's still running beautifully as well. You guys all know what these things are, so I'm not going to bother. This guy I got at auction as well. This is Athearn Genesis SD70i. Has Tsunami 2 inside it. My disappointment with these guys is the number boards don't light up. I always find that a pain in the ass because I like my number boards. But it is a smooth runner. I had to reprogram it. It was choppy as hell, but now it's nice and smooth. Another guy picked this up about a month ago. No, GB38. This would be an American, probably out of Illinois somewhere, Illinois Central. Good detail. I like it. I'm not sure. I have like 6 GB38s, so this one may be on the chopping block. I'm not sure. I may be selling this. It's got another Tsunami 2 decoder in it. Now this GP38 2W, I've had this for probably 2.5 years. I still like it, even though it doesn't have number boards that light up. This one has a Tsunami 1 decoder in it. If I do come across an ESU decoder, this thing's getting the full treatment with beacons front and rear, and I guess I'll do truck lights on this guy too. The ditch lights work. It does have the incandescent bulbs in it right now, so it's due. And then I think I'm going to do one of those nasty stripey paint jobs that have no paint left on them. The red and black ones. This thing's filthy. 4769 if you look at photos of it. It's pretty much cooked, but I think I'm going to do that as paint job. My GP9RM from Walthers is a GP9 that I heavily modified. I think this one's on the way out the door. I've done so much to this thing, I think. Yeah, I even moved the headlights and everything else. It was a ridiculous amount of work. The ditch lights, I have them working, but they're working off of one single LED, which is not the ideal situation. It really needs a new decoder to get everything working properly. That beacon is just for show. There is an LED under it, but I can't get it to work. So it does need a more robust LED or ESU decoder, I'd say. But if anybody's interested, let me know. I'm going to put this guy up for sale. It does run really nicely. It's a smooth drive. Walthers drives are really nice. This one may be on the chopping block too. This is my GMD1. It has ditch lights front and rear. It's butter smooth as well. Nice and quiet. Has a Lock Salon Select, I think, decoder in it. Obviously Rapido. What did I do? I think I only weathered the couplers and yeah, I painted the horn. I think that's all I've done to this thing. But I may weather it up and make it look like the prototype, and I may not. I may just sell it. Let's see. I think this guy's been around. This is the first heavy. This used to be Rio Grande, 3333. This is the first attempt I had at making a custom model. So this is my first real foray into custom jobs, it was nuts. As a first time thing, it was pretty crazy what I got myself into. But I ended up weathering the roof a bit more, and I think I got to put some more soot on top. But it's still running beautifully, and I can't part with this one. This is my baby. And then this guy here I just finished, which you guys have seen. This one turned out really well, I think. Just for show here. That's the exact engine it used to be. So it was a GP38, Atlas GP38 CP, heavily modified. The roof and the grills and everything else, just crazy amount of work. That's what it used to look like. Anyway, yeah, my skills have improved. Even my airbrushing skills, I got a better airbrush. And so this one's got a slight weathering to match the prototype. And the lighting and stuff works really well. I still do need to get some Times New Roman numbers for this guy. It has 2 different number boards on the front. As usual with GTs, they always have weird number boards. And the amount of roof detail on this thing was insane. There's just all kinds of GPS units and everything else all over the place. I got to redo the antennas. I put in wire that was too short, or too thin. Anyway, works beautifully. All the lighting's gorgeous on this thing. It's like a little Christmas tree when it runs down the track. I like it. And my SW1200 RAS from Rapido. I sold the CN one. I kept this one. This one also, I think, is either going to be twinned with my Valmas Junction, or it's going to be a HOPA, Hamilton Oshawa Port Authority, to match to go with the CSX one. So we'll see. But again, this is a nice, solid, heavy, well-built little model, and I picked it up for a song, so I'm not going to get rid of this guy. Lock sound selecting that one too. This one I have not decided what I'm going to do with. This has got a V5 decoder in it. I did get after I got my lock programmer, I got the beacon working now. I didn't do anything to the lighting other than the beacon. There's a lot of options here. I can do some truck lights and stuff. It's got a light weathering, but it's a really smooth, very smooth model. It's another Atlas. I like my Atlas models. Anyway, I did some detailing on this one. I put the CP plow on the front, and I put the little normal broom that they use for clearing out the switches and stuff on there. So it's got some character now. Whether I keep it or not, I don't know. I got to get some other switching locomotives for CP. And last but not least, this guy came in today. So this is an SD60M Triclops from Athearn Genesis. I did slap a decoder in there, only to find out there is no speaker in here. It's DCC ready, so they don't bother giving you speakers, just in case anybody's wondering when you get the DCC ready one. I didn't want to get the Tsunami 2 one because of all the wiring that I would have to do. I'm assuming that the board here, inside here, is connected to the truck lights and the number boards and the ditch lights. And all I have to do is just reprogram it. I got to find the sound file, I guess, for this thing. If anybody knows where the sound file is for this, that's an ESU sound file, please let me know. I'm going to look on the ESU website, hopefully find one. But if anybody knows exactly which one has all the CVs matching this guy, let me know. Save me a bit of time. That'd be appreciated. But yeah, really nice model. I did get got this from Otter Valley, and I got the patch kit for the trucks as well. I think you have to replace this cover right here. But it runs well without it. So I may not do that repair, or I may, I don't know. But I'm going to weather this one up and keep it. I like it. It's really nice. Yeah, and then this guy here, the Hack Job Atlas one. I think I'm going to do another CP rail, switching like another GP38 with this one. One of the American versions with the light up high. All the Canadian ones are down here. So I don't know if I want to move the light or not. We'll see. But this could be the next one I do. I'm not sure. It is missing some parts, so I'd have to do a few things to it. But again, actually I don't even know if this one runs well. It's no decoder, DC only. So I'm assuming it's going to run well. It's an Atlas GP38. It's got to. So yeah, maybe stay tuned for a future build on this one. And that is my locomotive roster. So I'll just back up and show you guys everything. that's what I got for 2023. So I'll do another update next year, I guess. That's where I'm at. Thanks for stopping by. Like and subscribe if you can. Yeah, have a good evening.